Hello everyone, it's Leo's Fire here again with a different type of video for you today. It's a Mace Windu theory on the Bad Batch ending. And I'm just going to start by saying this is an insane theory. It is just out there. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's very far out there, and it's nothing to take really seriously. It's just something fun that I thought about and I would like to share it, and let's see what you think. So I'm thinking at the end that I think most of the Bad Batch are going to die, or either somehow basically die. All of them. I think maybe Vader's involved, possibly. I think they're all going to die, and Omega's maybe going to die. But I think, or she's basically left alone, and maybe Mace Windu is there to save her and basically take care of her. Maybe she's force sensitive. I know that's probably not true, but if we just go with this theory, let's say she is. Or she is partly, or she's got some foresight, that's a mutation. And he's interested, he's going to train her and take her up. But the thing is, by now, Mace Windu is grizzled, he's got a severed hand and all this, he's scarred, he's mentally scarred, mostly that's the most important part, not just physically scarred. And he's been hiding all this time under Coruscant's ancient Sith temple, so he's gathered darkness. He's still light, but he's got a dark side to it, even more so now. And I feel like they two will be hiding in the dumps, basically in the underworld of everything, just trying to survive and build. And he's trying to find a new apprentice to basically take over, to basically avenge the Republic, because he sees that the Jedi were he thinks the Jedi are too weak, they weren't strong enough, they weren't basically enforcing enough, they weren't strict enough, and he's going to try and take that all away from Palpatine. And basically he basically wants to become what Palpatine is, but probably a little bit better. But yes, he'll be bringing up Omega, giving her quite bad life experiences, and just no abusive kind of father role, but a very bad role model, just using violence and anger. He drinks, he's doing these shady things, hiding out in these shady places. And I think after the Empire dies, gets destroyed, he's maybe it's this chance now, maybe I have to find even more people and build upon it. And I think that's what he'll be possibly trying to do, figuring out where everything is. And in the Mandalorian kind of time frame, I think when Boba Fett finally takes over the underworld with Fennec Shand, I think Boba is going to find information that he's still alive, and he's going to basically put everything in his power, everything that he's got, to find Mace Windu and kill him. And this is going to be like a cat and mouse chase across the galaxy, that Mace Windu is just wanting to just do his other things and not face this, but also fight as well. I feel like Mace Windu wouldn't be running away all the time, maybe trying to get an advantage of running away, but I don't think he would run away for the sake of running away. I think Boba Fett would use everything in his power, all the money, everything that he's got of his new underworld resources. I think he's going to pour everything in, and he's going to find Mace Windu and Omega. I feel like Mace Windu is totally overpowered, but that is only when he's going against a dark side person using the dark side with his Vapad and his Shatterpoint mixed together, and he's basically won, because the dark side, he basically just, the more powerful the dark side, the more powerful Mace Windu. But Boba Fett doesn't have the Force. He's not dark side. He's just a really, really good bounty hunter. And the thing is, Jango Fett, who's basically a clone of, physically, and being taught by Jango Fett, was one of the best Jedi killers, non-force sensitive person to be killing force sensitive beings. And you've got to remind that he is basically a direct clone, So I think with all the resources he's got from his underworld, his own anger, he'll be malicious and very strong in the capability, or he's got like a underworld army really against Mace Windu and Omega. Omega is sitting telling Mace Windu, it's not going to go this way, you're not going to win this. Mace Windu's like, shush, you are a child, you know nothing, you have no history of who this is or who I am. Step back, let's finish this. And Boba Fett it'll be a good fight, but I think Mace Windu will fall just for the overwhelming forces of the underworld. You've got all the basically gangs under Coruscant, all basically like in one group. You've got like the things from Maul's, was it Crimson Dawn, all his crime syndicate into Boba Fett now. And I feel like Boba Fett would just pile everything on. Even maybe like ships to take down Mace Windu. But I feel like Boba Fett would have the finishing blow. Maybe basically being chopped up by all the explosions and everything Mace Windu. He's just laying there, kind of like Anakin was. Like at the episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Just crazy anger, but can't really, he can't move really. He's just angry, complete angry. And I feel like Boba Fett would walk up to him and basically execute him. And that's how he would get his revenge on Mace Windu for Jango Fett. And I feel like this could all go on with the sequels as well, like into the time frame of the sequels, because the sequels are 1 year of the Star Wars galaxy, and it's a very, very confined part of the galaxy, if I mind right. And even the Emperor comes back, I think it's 2 weeks later he dies. I think that's the time frame, which is insane in its own thing, but let's not get into the sequels. And I feel like Ahsoka, still possibly being alive, could be setting up a new order possibly. I think at the end of Mace Windu dying, Omega's probably like, what has happened again to me? I don't know who to trust. But I feel like this is the part that will call back to Bad Batch. And I feel like Fennec Shand will see Omega and basically be like, look, you might have tried to catch me, but you did actually save me as well. And cared. You didn't let me just die. So I feel like Omega would go with Fennec Shand and Boba Fett. Again, the same kind of thing happening, but more of our own choices, because it's the bounty hunter. You basically have free will of doing what you want. You become your own person. But I feel like Boba Fett would possibly, this might be a bit crazy as well, but I feel like he would possibly make bounty hunters and that full thing. Maybe kind of like Mandalorians with the armor and stuff, and maybe induct the Mandalorians from Mandalorian into the bounty hunter and be like just like how the Mandalorians used to be, basically honourable bounty hunters. I feel like he would join the underworld and Mandalorians together into one. I feel like it could start off new Mandalorian wars. I feel like Ahsoka might go through a character arc in her own series and see that she should have maybe trained Grogu, and it was her own fear of seeing fear, what happens with fear. She was being afraid of fear, really. And she actually takes up a new order, probably different than Luke's. I don't think it'd be like Luke's, similar but nothing like it at the same time. I feel like Omega would be very high up in the bounty hunter / Mandalorian thing, clan. I feel like it would kind of be versing each other, but I think that's how I would have it. I think it'd be exciting. Basically, on one side, you've got the Mandalorians, bounty hunters, Boba Fett, Fennec Shand, Omega, basically wanting to do their own thing. Basically, have it like an outlaw kind of Mad Max style, but everyone has their own choices. But But you've got on the other side Ahsoka with her own Jedi Academy trying to find peace and serenity. I feel like that conflicting story there of Boba Fett, Fennec Shand, and Ahsoka and Omega being basically stuck in between two, basically being pulled aside by Ahsoka. Look, this is happening to you again. You're getting closer to being on the right path, but again, Boba Fett and Fennec Shand are bounty hunters. They're honourable, but they don't really care. It's not the right way to live. It's not saving everyone. You're actually taking people's lives. I feel like that could go into a different trilogy. Like, this was just a wee thought theory of mine that I had. It's nothing massive, and I just thought it'd be fun and exciting. I'm going to be doing a review on Loki tomorrow for the first episode. I know my Bad Batch reviews are quite late, usually Sundays. That's just when I have time at the weekend. But yeah, stick by for the Loki thing review tomorrow, and like and subscribe this please if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you later. Thanks.